This is Femi Anikula Pukuti. You're watching Susan Rice on African West. Keep watching.
I urge all of you who know what it means to be African, all of you who may not know what it means to be African, all of you who are on the journey of awakening, all of you who need enlightenment and continued support, to tune in to Africa Rise with Susan West. And to you, Susan, as a mother, I want to thank you for all the great work that you are doing to uplift us, to continue to engage us, to inform us, and also challenging us to engage in those conversations, difficult as they may be. You are taking us there. So Susan West, Africa Rise, keep up the great work.
Africa Rise with Susan West.
Hello, hello, hello. A very warm welcome to all our friends, families program, Africa Rise with Susan West. It is, of course, another beautiful Sunday, and I have been blessed to see you again, as usual. Yes, and so today, as you join this broadcast, remember to do the parties, share this broadcast, invite your friends, family, and community to join in on the conversation on Facebook, and you happen to watch from my page, I will be able to take as many comments, questions as much as possible. If you're also watching on our YouTube channel, I will be able to see your comments directly and read them out. I might not be able to see your comments, but you're still, of course, very much part of the program. Today, I'm going to be having Nigeria Diaspora in the UK, especially the ones who took it upon themselves and decide to hold the Nigeria government accountable. And so today, we will be having the end, which I am proudly part of now. Yes, so guys, as you come in, remember. Yes, remember Shena and my power girl, yes. Morogo Wani, welcome. I am super excited about today's conversation. And like I said, in the future, we're going to be creating lines that you can call in to give your contribution. Yes. So really quickly, I can see a few of our guests in the background waiting, but I will just give a little time to get the rest of the guys to join in, because some of them are no worries. And so remember to like and follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is one, and if you have a YouTube you have to, but you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is _ Susan West, and on Instagram it is also. Yes, guys, so as you join in, remember, create watch parties, invite your friends, and let's begin this conversation. I can see one person is here. We will just begin today's conversation with the person that is available at the moment, and as we will continue to bring them on. Hello.
Susan. How are you?
Oh, I can see you.
Yes.
Very well, thank you. Very well. So real quickly, just do a short, and then we go into today's conversation before the rest of the crew join in.
Okay. Hello, viewers, and everybody. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, anywhere you are. My name is Stanley Amadi, and popularly known as the People's Pope. I live in United Kingdom. We are the organizers, one of the organizers of the Endsars UK march, which happened on the 24th of October. This year, it was a huge march, and I'm sure everybody heard about it. So I'm happy to be with you here live today. So thank you, Susan, for inviting me.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and start a conversation because I can see some of the people who are here are not here at the moment of course conversation as to, first of all, why this Endsars UK together and whose idea it was to galvanize the diaspora in the UK to protest against the killings of young Nigerians.
I would say the idea of the Endsars is it came from the situation, following the situation, what was going on in Nigeria, when the youths took up to the streets, demonstrating their anger against the government. Yes, we had enough, and it came to a point where you say enough is enough. And then the ugly situation that happened on the 20th of October that shook the world. I don't know if it shook the world, but it shook Nigeria, when the youths were murdered in cold blood on the street. It was shocking. And then Endsars UK is just like following the trend, and the protest was as a form of anger. The Nigerians abroad are demonstrating their anger, because if we don't do that, there will be no home for us to go back to. So we have to organize. It was just a short call. I made a call to Honorable Ejike, and when I phoned him and he told me, he said he is at that particular moment I phoned him, he said he was writing, applying for a license from the police. And I said, fine. This came to me now, and people are calling, because when it happened, people were calling and said, Pope, what are we going to do? This is what happened. This. I said, no, I'm on it now. This is what I have in mind. So I phoned Ejike. Ejike was already on top of the game, and that was it. That's how Endsars came into it. And then it was a short notice, and on that day, the crowd was overwhelming. We couldn't believe that Nigerians, they came out to demonstrate their anger, and everybody is fed up with the Nigerian system. So we want a change. So that's what brought Endsars UK.
Absolutely. Right. Oh, welcome, Bob Manuel Umoru. Yes, that's another firebrand, one of my firebrand brand brothers in Nigeria. I'm going to quickly say I am one of those who, saw the call, heard the call, and joined you guys at the protest, and we have become a family, so to speak. So, I would then just go ahead to ask, how did the protest, the march, of course, how do you think it's influenced the response of the UK Parliament?
With the march and then the online petition, everything worked hand in hand. Plus the letter we drafted, which we read to the UK government. Unfortunately, because of the COVID situation in the country, the Prime Minister couldn't come out to meet us face to face. So we have to read the letter to the UK Parliament. The march has, it really made a very great impact. Like I said, it shook the world, because the UK march was one of the biggest marches we had. And ever since then, the crowd, the people that came, they said it is not good we finish the march and everybody will walk away. And then we decided to keep the group together, and the group is growing day by day, and there is that hunger for a change in Nigeria, and that is exactly what I want. What all of us want, not just me. All Nigerians want a total overhauling of the system in Nigeria. So we are marching stronger.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. So, you know, of course, after the killings, everyone ran away, but didn't just go away. Some things are happening on the ground. But recently, there have been some kind of broadcast going on that there's going to be another march. I'm thinking the people back home in Nigeria are so brave to want to come out again. So, what are the plans we have as the Endsars UK march? What are the plans we have? Because, of course, if they do come out again to protest, we have to do something as well. What are the plans on ground? Honorable AGK has joined us again, and Maria is here. So I'll quickly bring them on, and
okay,
hopefully the rest of joining. Welcome, Honorable AGK, and welcome, Maria. And so, just
thank you very much.
Pope, quickly respond to the question I just asked you.
Yeah. Like we are saying.
Okay, Pope.
Yeah.
Go ahead and respond to the question.
Okay. You are asking about the plan for further march in UK.
Do we have any plan?
Yes, we are at the moment. We know that UK is on lockdown due to the COVID-19, and we are also making plan for another march while we watch the situation of the country. We are aware of the aftermath of what happened after the march in Nigeria, what the government is doing, the brutality they are taking out now on all the participants of the Endsars march in Nigeria. We are not keeping quiet. We want them to know that we are still behind them. We are following events in Nigeria. And I think until we get Nigeria to the total lockdown and then have the restructuring, I think we are not going to stop. Like we said, it is not over until it is over. So we are not relenting in our effort.
Right,
so the UK march will come maybe immediately after the lockdown.
Right. So quickly, moving on, just for clarification purposes, a lot of misinformation have been going round, and the misinformation is that AGK, I'm going to throw this one to you. The misinformation going around is that some people think that the government have sanctioned certain individuals in the Nigerian government or put a travel ban on them. So, in your opinion, do you think that the online petitions that we signed and the protests that think, in your opinion, that it will finally force the government, the British government, to take a clear stance, Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Susan, and thank you very much for inviting me to the program today. I don't know if you are hearing me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much for inviting me today. What we can see happening in the UK today with the British Prime Minister and the Parliament, they are taking the right step. They are taking the right step, and we appreciate the step they have taken. And I have to say it, they have not sanctioned anybody. They have not sanctioned anybody, but they are still on the process of getting the proper information. If we can see what happened on that very day was a debate. It was a debate to talk about what happened in Nigeria and also to convince the members of the parliament the necessities, what that needs to be done for them to know exactly what happened and begin to plan towards on what to do. So nobody in Nigeria has been sanctioned. Nobody in Nigeria has been sanctioned. So, but they're still on the process of doing that. So I must say, what we have done here in the UK by Endsars UK March really there's something very, very wonderful. It has never happened before, and it happened this time. Follow the petition as well, which all Nigerians in the United Kingdom came out and signed, and also including the letter that we took to the Prime Minister himself. And he got back to us, and the government is following everything that we have asked the British government to do for us. In the letter, they are following it up, and we are so glad about it, and we are still following them up. It has never ended that place, because you see, the Endsars UK march we did, it wasn't like coming out and demonstrate and you just go home. But after the march, we submitted a letter. It has never, we people, we don't do it like that before, but this time we did it. We submitted the letter, we stated what we wanted them to do, and they got the proper information of what we want them to do for us. It's not about coming out, demonstrating, and you just go home, which you don't have really presented anything that they can even talk about. Even sometimes after demonstration, they don't even understand what you people are talking about, you know. But this one, we took it further by making them to understand what we are talking about, and they understood what we are talking about, and they responded to us, and we are so grateful to that, and we are still following them up. We are still following them up over it, and something wonderful and meaningful will come out of it. Thank you.
Right. So I'll quickly bring Maria. Maria, let me bring the Pope as well. Just respond to it generally, anyone that wants to start. In your opinion, who are the people, or who are the Nigerian should be sanctioned?
I think Maria is on mute.
You're muted, Maria.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who are the people that we think should be sanctioned? Who are the individuals in the Nigerian government?
Yeah, the individuals to be sanctioned when the time comes, it depends the information they may have gotten to know the people involved into what happened in Nigeria. Because we know that not every politician was involved, but there must be people or politicians in government involved into what happened that particular day. So those are the people going to be, penalized if found guilty of any of the acts performed that day.
I would say here, if you want to get the truth out, there is something that I remember when we were in secondary school, when something happened that you don't know who to catch. Our teachers in those days, what they would do is that they do what we call general punishment. You know, when they do general punishment, then the truth will come out. The individuals to be sanctioned are all the people in government. You know, on the federal level, the senators, even all the governors. When we get all these people sanctioned, they have families abroad, because now these are people that are holding education system in Nigeria. They don't want to make any improvement. All their children are studying abroad. So if you get these people, all of them sanctioned, even especially with what happened, they all saw the killing of the youth. No governor has ever questioned the federal government and said, why were these children killed on the streets? So if all the people in government, the 36 governors, the senators, if they are banned from traveling out of Nigeria, I think they can begin to put our house right. They can begin to put the systems right. So everybody in government have to be sanctioned. You know, so if you make it selective people, then
Right.
It will be just like half-baked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it will not get the aim.
I also agree with Pope. I honestly think that from a lot of things that I've been hearing and reading, nobody's taking responsibility for what's happened to the young people in Nigeria and what has been happening. So I think people are not going to take ownership. And I do agree with Pope, unless there is, there has to be a big sanction on the officials or the people that was involved in this, and they are not going to admit it. So the best way is to sanction all the ministers and governors that were involved in it, in respect of them owning up or not, because I just think they're never going to pinpoint the actual people that was doing it. But if they do it as a collective, then maybe they might come up with an answer.
Because
right.
we need to understand exactly. We need to understand exactly what we are asking for. If we are not happy about what happened in Nigeria, and if we combine everything that is happening in Nigeria together, yes, all the whole Nigerian politicians should be penalized, should be sanctioned. Or if we may go back to understand why we are talking about what we are talking about. We are talking about the killing, and they have taken steps to ensure that there are inquiries to be conducted to find out the people involved into that. Those are the people I think they are going to sanction if there's anything they can do about that. But generally speaking, we know that most politicians that are involved into this either directly or indirectly. But during the inquiry, people responsible for what happened will be fished out. And the police, they are involved into this, the army, they are involved into this, and some governors giving the permission to do that, they are into this. So those are the people, the primary suspects of whatever we are talking about. So if we can get those people, they'll be sanctioned. And also we need to understand that even the British government, because they are going to find those people. They can never run away from it. They must be found, because even the British government says, if the Nigerian government is not doing what is right to fish these people out, they are going to set up their own inquiry to make sure that those people are fished out. So definitely, they are going to be fished out. All of them, directly or indirectly, they are going to be fished out. So there's no point saying maybe they will not be fished. They have to. They have to be fished out. They will.
Okay, my next is the feeling that we get from the British Prime Minister, which is the most important when it comes to how the Nigerian government actually perceives the message that is coming from the British government, is that the British Prime Minister I have never heard anywhere that he made mention of anything to do with what's going on in Nigeria, because in my opinion, it is the British government who somehow have installed the government of Nigeria. And so if the parliament comes up with whatever it is that they come up with, do you think that the British Prime Minister have the powers to say ahead with the recommendations of the what the parliament have come up with? Do you think?
If we understand the role of the British in Nigeria since, since they came to Nigeria, before they were ruling Nigerians in colonies, we have the Southern Protectorate, we have the Western Protectorate and the Northern Protectorate. And then what they did, even when they merged Nigeria and called it, the name we are answering today, Nigeria, actually is Niger area, and then changed to Nigeria and whatever. If we understand the role of Britain, the British government in Nigeria, since they came to Nigeria, they don't have any straightforward road. They don't have any plan for the people. They don't see us as a people. They see us as just one animal that they just maneuver. These are people who were found in the bush. If we recall, in 2016, 17, Boris Johnson was, is it 15, 16, something, 16, 17, Boris Johnson was in Nigeria on the day Nigeria launched Operation Python Dance. And he was there. He was there when the killing happened in Igbo land. Then he returned here. He was even asked in the parliament. I said, look, something, because we organized that. It was in 2017 because myself and the AGK again and the other Igbo leaders, we organized that protest in 2017. And a question was thrown to the Prime Minister and said, what is your view? What did you see when you were in Nigeria? This thing happened while in Nigeria. He went straight and said he didn't go there for Nigerians. He went there for British interest. So if we understand, Britain has always been all about British interest. You can see that the way Goodluck was taken out of office was fraud. Goodluck did not lose that election. But while we are talking about the fraud that happened during that election, the British government were the first to congratulate Nigeria on that election. So we are not expecting much from the British government, to be honest with you. What we are doing is that, you see, they are the one that created the monster in Nigeria. And this monster is now eating up the people. We are only telling the British government to say, can you hold your dog? This dog has rabies. It is biting the people. Please, can you hold your dog? Because protesting, people were asked that question even before the protest. Why are you going to the British? Everybody, even the children, know the role of Britain in Nigeria. So, but we are telling them, we are telling the British government, say, look, you fixed this robot that is now causing problem in Nigeria. Please, can you hold back this robot, because we want our country back? So that's why you see us protesting here. It's not that we're expecting much, but if that miracle happened, not all, let me put it this way, not all MPs are happy with what is happening in Nigeria. But I'm talking on the role of the Prime Minister. Even during the time of Theresa May, it was the same thing. Okay, so not all the MPs are happy with what is going on in Nigeria. Most MPs want this situation to be taken care of, but they are not. They are just to suggest there are powers to be that make the decision. So we are telling them, hold back your dog. We want our country back. That is why we are protesting in UK.
Yeah. Again, in supporting what the Pope has just said. In supporting what Pope has just said, we need to understand that British government, they're not going to give us the life we need as a people of Nigeria. They can only do what they can do as a country, even though we know the problem we have in Nigeria, maybe in one way or the other, they may be connected. But that does not mean that we will leave every issue for them. Saving Nigeria or sorting the issue in Nigeria is left for the people of Nigeria. It's left for us to come out and do something that will set us free from that country and what is happening. It is left for the youth to come together now and decide on how they can move on in that country, Nigeria. It's left for them to say, okay, we want this country to be one, or we don't want this country anymore. It must be do what? Let us divide and go. It is left for the youth. And again, do not expect these people now in government to give you that thing you need easily. It is not easy, because it's like asking them to come out of where they are feeding from. So it's left for us, every one of us in Nigeria or Nigerians in diaspora, to brainstorm at this moment to decide on what to do and set themselves free. Do not look upon any country. Is it British? Is it US? Or any country in the Europe to come and bring you out of the problem you are into? No, the mess must be cleared by the people of Nigeria. So we should get that in our mind and work towards that. we shouldn't expect any country to come and bring us out of it.
Right. Right. I'm going to take a quick read on some of the comments, particularly Bob Manuel Umoru's comments. He says, we sent messages to the southern governors, which comprises of Southwest, South-South, and Southeast. Our demand were just two. One, they should agitate for immediate restructuring of Nigeria. Two, immediate dissolution. Beautiful enough, the South-South governors have honored our demand by holding and meeting, and the resolution has been sent to the federal government through the SGF. We have sent a reminder to governors of the Southwest and Southeast. We are not joking with anyone on this. The Endsars, there's some missing. Basically, when it comes to the issues we face in Nigeria at the moment, even if we do get to the point where section, we agree that Nigeria is still not working until some level of restructuring or some kind of restructuring begins, isn't it?
Yes. Talking about restructuring, you know, they use this English to confuse people when we say restructuring. Before you talk about reordering your house, we are talking about restructuring, we're talking of reordering your house. Before you talk of reordering your house, you first of all have to take control of that house. You know, the government system has always been using ethnic and religious crisis to separate the people, but they were taken by surprise that the people came united. And now the game they are playing now is trying to make it to look Fulani versus the whole of Nigeria. No matter how big the Fulanis are, they are just a small minority, a small group. There are Fulanis who are Nigeria, who were born in Nigeria, who has always been there. We have been living together. Muslims have been in Nigeria. Even when I was in Lagos, when we are growing up, when during the Salah and all those festivals, the Muslim, the Shia meet, we share together. Christmas, we share together with the Muslims. We've been living together, we enjoy ourselves. And government has always been, any government that is failing, what they will do is that they will go there and start ethnic crisis. But today, what we need now is reorientation of the people. Let the people understand that the problem we have in the country is not ethnicity. The problem we have in the country is not religious. It's just, I'm sorry to use that word, a few gang, let me put them, these are criminal gangs that have taken over the country. So before we talk of restructuring, we first of all have to capture our house. We have to take control of our house. And this is what all of us Nigerians, all youths should come together. Igbo, Hausa, irrespective of where you are. My vision has always been to create a Nigeria where Nigerians will live as Nigerians. Take the system where we live, for instance. If you come to Britain, you meet somebody who will tell you, I was born in Liverpool, but he spent all his life in Birmingham. Or I was born in Birmingham, he spent all his life in Southampton. They don't say to them, I come from Birmingham or I come from Liverpool. They just say, I was born there. So in Nigeria, we should have a system where somebody can say, I was born in Kaduna, but he lived all his life in Port Harcourt and he feels like a Nigerian. So we should stop. We want to stop this divide and rule, because now the ordinary Hausa man has resigned himself that his life is end up in the bush rearing the cattle. That is not Nigerian. We want a situation whereby every child born in Nigeria has equal education. Every child in Nigeria has equal opportunity in everything. When we were almost getting the system right, they came with the zoning. We are zoning into the south. We are zoning into the west. We are zoning into that state, that state. That zoning, again, has become a monster that is eating up the Nigeria. So Nigerians should come together now. Let's capture back our house, and then we can now decide how we live together.
It's really happening in that country called Nigeria. Okay? To be frank, to every one of us listening to us or watching us now, that country called Nigeria is flawed anyway. We don't have any constitution. No matter how you try to manage it, it's not going to work with what we have at the moment as a constitution. That country cannot work with that constitution. So that constitution is one of those things that needs to be taken out of that country and come up with a very unified and accepted constitution of the people. People will come together and make a constitution for themselves. My only thing I'm asking everybody, especially the youth, is coming together for us to unite together and decide which way Nigeria is very, very important. Because you cannot, a lot of people, most people don't want to be a part of Nigeria. Some people still want to Nigeria as a country, but will it work? That is the issue. So I am calling every youth, every adult to come together for us to decide on which way Nigeria before 2023. We need to have a decision before that time to know which way we are going.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And on that note, hold on, I'm going to take a read from Benga Daniel Jr. And he's writing there. He's supposed to be here talking, but he's there writing. Anyway, I'm going to take this read. It's very important. And I want Maria to respond to it because I'm aware that she's more like the person in charge and in contact with a lot of the young Nigerians who have lived here all their life. They're still Nigerians. Benga Daniel Jr. says, are there people among the protesters living in the UK passionate about contestations in Nigeria in 2023 to help reshape the government for all and not for a few? Absolutely. With that fantastic question, I want Maria to respond first with young Nigerians, because we seem to be in a situation where, of course, even in Nigeria, is the situation where people don't feel like they're Nigerians. It's almost like Nigeria is a dog with no home. Like nobody wants to be here, because it's gone wayward. And so, if there are people in Nigeria, living in Nigeria, feeling not feeling a bit unconcerned, how can we begin to galvanize or sensitize the young people here in the UK who are nice to begin to, build the interest in them when it comes to taking leadership in Nigeria, especially because, in my understanding, most of them, of course, would have acquired the sort of education that empowers them to hold such.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part you said. It's cutting out a little bit.
Maria, did you hear me?
I heard you a little bit, but it's cutting out a little bit.
How do we make the Nigerian young
in the UK?
Right.
So
now you use your position to begin to bring around, yes, a young Nigerians to be interested in the affairs of.
Okay, so in my findings, so when I went to the march, which was actually my first time of going for any kind of protest, I met a lot of young Nigerians who were born and brought up here, for example, and had absolutely no clue what SARS was, including myself, I have to admit. I only knew about SARS when this whole thing started to happen, Endsars, and I started to look more into it. And then when I saw that it involved a lot of young people, and then obviously I got more involved in this group here. The Endsars UK march is seeing that, because I wanted to know and understand why police brutality would be like this for young people who are just, you know, exercising their rights. And what I found was that a lot of young people didn't know where they stood. All they just knew is that they wanted to stand for what was right, for injustice of what was going on back home, and they wanted to do more. And there's a lot of more young people now that want to get more involved, and they just don't know how. And the main thing is also having a base where young people can come and share their ideas, especially within leadership and things like that, because a lot of young people that I met and that I am still speaking to are now interested in, you know, human rights, how they can be activists and how they can, you know, start writing books or start writing pages. And so I would employ all young people out there that would like to get involved in a platform like this, Endsars UK March, is to come together as one, so where we could have conversations about what can be done in Nigeria, you know, involving the UK young people of Nigeria. And the main thing really is to educate and inform, because a lot of people was not really probably keeping their ears on the ground of what's going on in Nigeria. But since this movement and since forums like this have been happening, a lot of young people want to know and get involved. So the main thing is to connect people in the UK, coming under one umbrella and having healthy conversations, and also taking action on what we're saying to involve the young people in Nigeria as well. I hope that's answered the question.
Right, fantastic. Yeah.
Do you want us to contribute to that?
Of course. And then AGK, really quickly, when we do get access to these young people who are energized to loving their country, Nigeria, how do we get them involved in the process of 2023?
Basically, that is exactly what we are doing at the moment. You know, in the Endsars UK March, we are bringing all the whole youth together. That is very, very important, because they are the people that are supposed to be leading that country at this present time. You know, if you check the history, you find out that within the age of 30 to 35, even Ojukwu was 35 when in 1967 during the war, and he was the head of the state, head of a country. You know, Ojukwu, and even Gowon. How old was Gowon then? Gowon was in his 30s, being the president of Nigeria. So we are calling every young adult to come and join us in Endsars UK March before 2023. If at all we are going to have an election, that election, the president, the governors must surely be a youth. A youth. That is the message we are sending out there, because I know that youth are resourceful. They are indulged in all ramifications you can think of. They are indulged. So we are calling every youth, Nigerians in diaspora. Are you in the UK? Are you in America? Are you in Nigeria? Anywhere you are, make haste and get connected with us, because we want the youth to be in control in 2020 if we are going to have an election. Even if we are not going to have an election, we need every youth to come together for us to brainstorm and think about what to do. So how are we getting this youth? We are here today talking about what we are talking about. We are asking the youth to use this link, get in contact with us. We have Maria, who is in charge of the youth and young people here in the UK. Get involved with her. Let her know your plans or whatever you have. Just get in contact with her, and we are going to know about you, and we are going to work together. So the essence of us saying this is we want every youth and adult people to come and get involved into what we are doing, so that before 2023, we are going to have a resolution. We are going to have a proper decision. We are going to have a solution towards the problem of Nigeria. Then we are now going to go out there with whatever we have discussed to do.
Talking about youths, you know, you say when we mention youth,
a lot of
hello, yeah. So I'm just supporting what AGK is saying.
Go ahead.
When we talk about youths, you see these old people will come out and they tell you they are youth. You see, somebody in his 70s, 80s, he's a grandfather. He's supposed to, in short, his body will not function properly, very, very well as he used to function when he was in below 50. So these are people, when you bring them in parliament, they will be sleeping instead of paying attention. They are no longer active. Look at the type of people that are ruling Nigeria today. These are people who cannot even use their mobile phones. They don't even know how to use their mobile phone. And they are ruling a country in the present day technology when the whole world has gone digital, when the whole world has gone, and they are sitting there. Now, when we talk of youth, we must have proper definition. A youth who has it in mind to effect changes, to effect, not a youth who is going there to be recognized. We saw what happened during the Endsars. Youth, we're talking about youth, let me not mention, in the Lagos State House of Assembly, those we thought are youths, we are even there insulting the public. You see, so these are not the type of youth we want. We want those youths who have it in mind, who have that zeal, enthusiasm to change to make the country better, a living place for Nigerians. These are
let me come in Susan, please. Yeah. Let me also direct us in a little bit, please, because when we talk about this youth, even we as Endsars UK March are asking the youth to come for that. We are not going to just take whosoever we said that is a youth into what we are doing. We are going to scrutinize things and make things work for the best of what we want. And also, I don't want people to misconstrue this issue of being a youth in Nigeria as it stands now in government, you know, using them to judge the youth we are talking about. Let me tell you, in this government of Nigeria at the moment, even if you bring the youngest and the very smart youth into that government, they will still corrupt him or her. The forces against the youth is too much. No youth can do anything in this present government. If you go there, either the godfather or people in charge will make you corrupt. They will make you do things that you don't even want to do. So what we are talking about is this present government in Nigeria need to be rolled out. They need to be rolled out. We need to understand that. Do not expect anything that's going to be good for us on this government we have. This set of people ruling that country at this present time. So no matter the youth you are, no matter whatever you have got, no matter the resources in you as a youth, and you are involved into this present government in Nigeria, you will be corrupt. You will make some mistake that you will regret in your lives. Right. So the best option is to do away with them and put the people we need to put in place to redeem that country, or to have a decision on what we want to do as a country.
I can see Otumba Benga Daniels Jr. joined us just now. So first, responding to what you just said, you know, of course, not every youth is, just because you're a youth means that we're just going to carry you. If you're not, if you don't have the capacity or capable of taking leadership position. Someone, I'm going to take a quick read. Of course, Adedokum Benki Ajao says, Paul Benki Ajao says, it's is number one major problem of Nigeria. Absolutely, which we have already mentioned. A lot of people have come to that realization that with the
your voice is breaking, Susan. Your voice is breaking.
The best.
We can't hear you. Your voice is breaking.
We didn't hear what you read on that one, please.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do about it. It's the network. Let's just take the time that we have. So, with the current constitution that Nigeria runs on, there is absolutely nothing. Even if into the system, he's just going to fail because the constitution does not work.
Yes. Yes.
Such mania says Nigeria and constitution. Well, I don't understand. Is imposed during military regime, which isn't for the benefit of common citizens, from exclusive to concurrent list, basically feudal capitalist system. Absolutely. So, one of Otumba Benga Daniel Jr., I want to ask, one of the issues why a lot of the young people don't get involved in politics as much as they would like to is because Nigerian politics is not politics you play by just coming and talking about how sophisticated you are, how capable you are. It's about money. So if you're inviting these young people into your fold to come and so that they can be involved, how is a system? How are you going to be able to? Is there a system put in place, or is there some kind of support they're going to get because they're part of this group and they want to run for political office in Nigeria?
Is that question for me, Suzanne?
Yep.
Hello, Suzanne. Hello?
Yes, it is.
Can you hear me?
Is there a system put in place, or is
I
there some kind of
change the
support?
system.
Because they're part of this group and they want to run for political office in Nigeria.
Then there is no amount of system you put in place because.
Yes, it is. Sorry, Otumba, excuse me. Sorry. If you can kill one of the sounds, I think you're using two devices. Please kill one of the sounds from your side. Sorry, I need him to, because the feedback from there is too much. Please go ahead and respond.
Thank you for the question. There is no amount of the system you can put in place that will change the mindset of people unless you educate them. So what we need to do first is change the mindset. You can change constitution, you can check whatever. If the mindset is not changed, it will not change. So they have to change their mindset. How would they change their mindset? It's via education. We need to make youth in Nigeria understand that politics is not about attracting interest of the youth by giving them material things. This has been the culture for a very long time, and we need to break that yoke. They need to understand that as people, we have to be faithful, we have to be loyal, we have to be honest. If we want that change, it's not about getting material things. That is why the Endsars doesn't entice people with material things.
Sorry,
so the system in Nigeria,
sorry, I'll just 1 minute. Also, you turn your camera to face you fully, please. We're getting just half of your face. We want your entire.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah. We want your face on your face, please. Go ahead.
Like I was saying, Susan, now we need to change mindset of the youth by educating, making them realize that it's not about material things. If they really want that change in Nigeria, they have to be honest and direct. On the occasions parts, it's not about what they want to gain, about changing the government for themselves and generations to come. We need to make them understand the consequences and then take it from there. And this has got to be done via university, colleges, schools, primary schools. We need to start educating them from childhood. We need parents to educate our young children. By the time they get to that age, they will have gotten the message. And similar things they do in America. You will never come to UK or America, see politicians throwing money, enticing people to vote. We need to let them get the message. It's not about material things. All these godfathers are giving them the money, but they are taking it back the other way. They can give them anything, but it's not going to sustain. Equip them with the culture that would sustain them for many, many years to come. Until they get the message, nothing will change in Nigeria.
Right. There is a serious network problem in this country. So please pardon us with the break in transmission or the break in.
Would you like us to make a little bit contribution on that?
So my question, just in case you didn't understand. Yes, but I need to rephrase my question so that I get the kind of response that I was going to get. The question was not to entice young people to get involved in politics. Is the fact, the reality that in Nigeria you cannot play politics, and of course elsewhere, but in Nigeria you cannot play politics or win an election if you don't have money. So these young people we're inviting into our fold. How are we going to? Is there a plan on how to sponsor them, raise monies to sponsor the young qualified people that we want to see running elections in Nigeria come 2023, whether they be in Nigeria or outside Nigeria?
Responding to that.
Go ahead, Paul. You wanted to respond to that?
Yeah. Responding to that, I mentioned earlier that first of all, we have to start reorientation of the people. Let the people understand that when somebody pays you to vote for him, what the person is going there for is business. He is not going to work for the people. I have lived in UK now for how many years? Most of you have lived longer, some 30 years, 40 years. Nobody has ever come to your door to knock and give you £1 to vote for them. All they do is that they sell their manifesto, they drop it on your letterbox, you read their manifesto, and on the polling day, you go there to vote for them. All the MPs there, you have the right to talk to your MP and tell your MP you demand this, you demand that, and this is what it should be done for you, because he did not pay you to go there. You voted for him based on his credibility, which you believe that he has the quality to deliver. This is the kind of things that we need to sell to Nigeria. We need to reorientate the people, because what these politicians there now in Nigeria, what they do is when the people cry, look at what happened during the Endsars. The Endsars protest was going on in Owerri, and we have a governor that went there to give them 12,000 naira. He said he's sharing 12,000 naira to just few selected youths. When we have over 2 million people in Owerri, you are giving few people 12,000 naira. Now, let us look at it. 12,000 naira is not up to 20 pounds, which you cannot even do valeting for your car. So we need to let the people understand that when somebody pay you and go get into government, during the election, you see people coming to say they attracted this, attracted that in their community, even in local governments, even in rural areas, they come there. That is when they see the House of Representatives coming to your community for the first time. And then they will give you money, buy you a bag of rice, buy you a pot of chicken and whatever. You eat it and get them into politics, into power. Once they get into power, they forget you. Those your roads, they say they are doing, what they do is they put red mud, even red mud without any grit. And what happened? When there is rainy season, you will be walking in mud, deep mud, and they will never come there again. So it is right time we begin to sensitize the people to understand that these people have been playing you for so long, and it is not going to happen again. They bring that money to you, collect it, but when it comes to voting, we have to put the people that we know that are going to deliver. We don't need money to do politics in Nigeria. All we have to do is you come there, sell your idea. We want to create a system whereby there is no money politics. And what we are planning now is that even to finance the person that is going there, we will be the ones that will do the publication and everything. Do not put one penny from your pocket, so that when you go there, you serve the people.
Right. So that's a brilliant idea, and it's the most sensible thing to do. But as you well know, that Nigeria has a population that more than half of the population is not that well educated to understanding some of these things you've talked about. What are the plans we should be putting in place to make sure that we go to the grassroots, begin to educate and sensitize the grassroots, also empowering the grassroots? As far as I know, if we went into the grassroots and begin to empower the young people, the old people too, by creating and teaching, teaching them, creating opportunities where they learn skills, where they anything you want to do, and then create that avenue to empower the people before 2023, then they will listen to you. But we can't just wake up and come and tell them that they shouldn't take, because this has been the system. They shouldn't take 1 naira to sell their future because they don't really understand how politics work. So who wants to?
Hello, Susan.
Welcome, Mrs. Olakpeju. Go ahead if you want to respond.
Thank you very much. I think I caught you at the right time. I will have other engagement before. I didn't think I'll be able to make it. I'm glad I did. And I've been listening, but I wasn't just in a position to contribute. And it's quite interesting that a lot of things has been touched on. And Maria and the Pope as well, and Honorable GK. And it is very, very important that we understand that there is no change without understanding that you have a problem. So as the people of Nigeria, we need to fully understand, like the Pope said, that we have a problem. If you go to your doctor and you cannot articulate what is wrong with you, you probably end up with more problems, because they will do a sort of trial and error on you. And often people have a kind of like reactive jump, flight and fear, in situation, rather than sometimes they say that the peaceful place is inside the tornado itself. When you're outside in periphery of the tornado, you can get bashed and sucked in. And when we begin to understand and analyze what issues we face as a nation, and what are the consequences of the actions we take from here, and also who is responsible for the change that we need, then we'll begin to have a proper dialogue. And as the Pope have said, we are a nation of people that are brought together by not a choice of our own, merged by our colonial masters. And also in living, even within that merging us together, they left a trait of divide and rule. And we cannot begin to piece things together without understanding how we got to where we are. And we cannot go to our oppressors to deliver us from the oppression we face. And let me just take it down here, because sorry again, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are in the world watching. The Pope touched on something which I've also been saying over and over. We cannot be in denial, and I think that has continually been a problem in Nigeria.
I wanted you to respond, Ms. Coca.
Yeah.
The fact that going by us just saying that because in this country you don't give people money to vote for you, but Nigeria is not as sophisticated a society as the United Kingdom, in the sense that more than half of the population do not have an education that allows their mind to understand the way we're thinking. So I'm saying that if that be the case, and we are preparing to raise a generation of people who by 2023 are strong enough to run for political offices, whether they be in Nigeria or in the diaspora. But we need to go to the grassroots. And the people in the grassroots, the village people, the market women, and the old mama and old papa, and the young people who are not so fortunate to have an education. How do we bring them to this side when after all they've known is during election somebody gives them a carton of Indomie or something and they vote for them? We cannot just come and say to them, do not sell your vote. What are the plans? What are the processes we should begin to
thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. To the grassroots, and educating them by sensitizing them, right? So that when 2023 comes, they understand fully what we know now.
So where we are now is at the end of the day, we are in the situation and we know we have a problem. A majority of the people selling their votes. If someone is hungry and oppressed and marginalized and depressed, they would sell their votes. You cannot tell an hungry man to be faithful. To be faithful to whom? To a country that has not been faithful to them. So we need to start asking ourselves, how do we do this, like you've said? Because you cannot just say change your mindset. I mean, even in the Bible, Jesus fed the multitude. He knows you cannot preach the gospel to an hungry man. So we need to begin to understand that. And in the understanding of that is, how can we empower people to take hold of their life? How can we let people understand that their life-given dream and talent that God has given to them is beyond the situation they are in now, because they are in that situation as a result of the consequences of all their forefathers and foremothers have done, or whosoever have laid that burden upon them. So as we've been in diaspora, I see us as Joseph that has been taken away for a time such like this. We have a lot of millions of Nigerians in diaspora that are professionals and skilled and all that. How do we then begin to channel this energy and our anger into creating a funnel where we're going to have bank of brains, to actually support our people, go to get people also in the grassroots, both in diaspora and our home, those that have skills, to know that it is the time to serve our nation. We do not want to take our children to battles and leave and lose their lives. We need to begin to understand that the pen is mightier than sword, by teaching them how to articulate, creating a platform, whether we're creating centers in Nigeria or using even this new visual reality that we are facing. 2020 is a special year that had brought new opportunities for teens to start going into the communities, creating funnel, and also aligning ourselves, networking with NGOs that are already on the ground, or people that we not have the same belief as us, that we can all work together to reach these people. We cannot take solution to the people because we are not inside it. We need to work with them to understand what the problems are and arrive together, work together to arrive at solutions. Whether it is supplementing the children at school levels where they can go to a center, or log on online where we have professionals we have censored and have bank of that will come in to impart, to transfer skills to our children. Okay, they do not have money, the parents cannot take them, or they are in universities, they cannot meet up with the demands of these are the places, even institutions. If you have professionals are from abroad that can lend their time, to institutions in Nigeria, we can begin to do that, because those are things that people can pledge to. We have a lot of Nigerians that are yawning, even in all these satellites of forums that we have abroad and at home. If we can bring the funnel together under one, the mother who has been selling our votes because she can't see a way out for her child, when they realize their children, even if it's a lesson tuition on Saturdays round the corner, and they can see changes in the lives of their children, they will think twice. Is it the parents that we are trying to show how to skill up, whether they have little space, how to use their little space to create things, gardening, local little enterprises, or even centers that people can go to and learn And then we get our energy also into raising funds, because we can easily get funds for things like this. Because and when people are able to come to that, and even no matter how little that they can start something up to start feeding their own family, it will not be easy for anyone to go down and buy their votes, or the children that they are turning into thugs that they are using, that realize they have more to life than serving somebody to lose their life. And it's about just saying to them, you are better than this, and there are opportunities. Right. And we need to network professionals, we need to network organizations, we even need to network businesses. It's heartbreaking that in this day and age, people still have a model in Nigeria, where there can be agencies that can run and set up domiciliary agencies that our youth can take up jobs. They don't need to sleep in your house, have the hours they need to work and get the right pay.
Right. Okay.
To support themselves.
Right. Right. Thank you so much for your contribution, Ms. Coker. Belinda Ogier says we can create sustainable charities to raise funds.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw Belinda. You are absolutely
so
right.
Away, but
yes, you are absolutely right, Belinda. Because what we are putting together, what we are putting together.
1 minute. 1 minute. I'll bring you in. If we are able to galvanize to raise these funds, then it will be an encouraging situation that these young people we're bringing in, they have ideas. Then we begin to tell them that don't worry about. We tell them not to worry about the financial aspect of it. Go ahead, Honorable AGK, if you want to respond to that. And
thank you, Susan. As Belinda has just said, she is right. She is right here. What we are doing at the moment is to galvanize Nigerians all over the world. That is what we are doing at the moment, because we have a very big job doing that country, and everybody is going to be involved, and it needs resources as well. So as Belinda said, it's right. We are going to have a charity, kind of, to be raising funds, to be dealing with every issue we are having, or everything at all we are getting involved to do. So we have the plan, and we have already mapped it out as Endsars UK March. We are putting a lot of things together. As I'm talking to you at this time, we are putting a lot of things together, and we are going to come out with something that will be very, very meaningful for our people. And people should not be worried about the money they are going to use to contest an election, because we are going to be very, very resourceful to what we are doing. We are focused, and we have got a lot of professionals and talented people into what we are doing. So we have a cause. So the only thing we are doing now is to let Nigerians be aware of who we are and what we are doing. And first thing first, we have written the letter to the Prime Minister, and he has replied us, and they are following it up as well. So at it stands now, we are still following them up as well based on that letter, and also doing other necessary things we need to do in order to put ourselves in position to face the challenges we are going to be confronted as we emerge into doing this game in Nigeria now. So what we are doing now, we are calling every Nigerian, wherever you are, get involved at this time, because we are going to work with everybody in Nigeria, in America, so that we are going to achieve something very meaningful into what we are doing. So about finance, you should not be worried about that one. The only thing now is for us to get, be together and work together, and we are going to get those things sorted out as time comes. Please, thank you.
And now, finally, our final thoughts. I'm going to bring each and every one of us on screen, one after the other. Our final thoughts. First of all, people join this Endsars UK group. And who are the people that should join? People outside Nigeria. Nigeria, outside the United States? If yes, please just share the details quickly, how they can join and who should join.
If whoever wants to join the group, first of all, because there's no way you can join up. We are on Facebook. You can send a message through Facebook. Our name is Endsars UK March. Go to Facebook, just send us message. We are going to see it. Are you in Nigeria, America, wherever you are in the world, because we are working collectively. We are Instagram, same name, Endsars UK March UK. Go there, you will see it. And if you can even communicate with the moderator, Susan West, if you have her contact her, you will also get involved with us. So you can get involved with us in all these channels so that all of us we are going to work together.
Right, and quickly give us your final thoughts.
My final thought is I'm still admonishing Nigerians, anywhere you are, we need to work together. We need to be collective in whatever we are doing in order to redeem that country, Nigeria, in order for us to be redeemed, because we are completely in a mess in that country. And the only people that can set us free from that Nigeria is we. We can set ourselves free. So we need to step up in this game to see what we can do within ourselves so that we are going to be free from this mess we are in that country as we are at the moment. Thank you.
Right, so you can see scrolling on the screen right now. Join us at Endsars UK March on Facebook. I believe the same name, you'll find us on Instagram, Endsars UK March. So quickly, I'm going to bring the Pope. Your final thoughts quickly.
All right. Anywhere, if you're a Nigerian and anywhere you are in the world and you are for change in Nigeria, you are also in this Endsars. Forget about the UK. We say UK March because we are in UK. We know that Endsars happened all over the world. We have people that march in Canada, in United States, in US, in Spain, and everywhere. All we need to do now is all of us have to come together. I want to use a story of the chicken and the snake that always come to eat them in the cage in a farm. Every time this snake comes in, it kills one chicken. Every time it comes, it kills one chicken. And I think one day the chicken decided, this time around, we are going to face the snake. The snake came in the farm as usual, and the chicken, all of them gathered. So they came together and they were able to kill the snake. So Nigeria now, what we need, don't need to go individually. We don't need to run singly. We need to come together like the broom. The broom together, you cannot break it, but take it singly, you break each and every one of them. So wherever you are, all we have to do is let us come together. We're already on Facebook, we're already on Instagram, as you have heard already. Let us all come together. If we unite forces together, we will be able to remove the Goliath that is standing, destroying Nigeria. So wherever you are, all of us, wherever you are, those of us that have privilege traveling to Nigeria, when you get to Nigeria, get your voter's card. That is our power. Get your voter's card. All of us must be voter card carrying members. As we join together, we can form one formidable unit. We can fight these people politically. If we are fighting them politically, we have to be in a political party. And the political party we are talking is not the party they have already messed up. I want to tell you something. If you throw yourself into PDP, you are also joining the corrupt elite. If you are throwing yourself into APC, you are throwing yourself into the corrupt elite. They will corrupt you. It is better we form ourselves into our own unit where we lay our own foundation. What happened in 2018 when we have this party that came up, Young People's Party? Everybody thought that is party for the young people. They aligned with the party. But what happened at the end? The party sold out. They used money to face them off. So we don't want that to happen. Now our minds are made up. We have had enough. So all of us join together. We will be able to form a formidable force. Take example of what is happening in South Africa. Take example of Malema. How he started. South Africa, they had enough. But today they are in parliament controlling the government. So if we want to have control of what is happening in Nigeria today, all of us have to come together and form one formidable unit. We have to stand together, and then we'll be able to defeat these people because they are using money power. We want to show them that it is the youth that own the country. It is the people that own the country, not money. And even the money, if you go to their bedrooms, they have money stashed into their bedrooms. They are not even investing that money into the country. Instead, they are busy finding way of taking that money out of the country to go and they reach other countries while the youths are suffering. So the youths, you should make up your mind now. It is time now, like Sonny Okoso said, Nigeria is now or never. It is either we win it or we lose it for good. So let us all come together. Anywhere you are, if you're a Nigerian, we are ending SARS. Endsars is not just SARS. Endsars is about ending bad government, end bad preaching in churches. The churches need to be also sanitized because a lot of things are happening in Nigeria. So Endsars is every angle of Nigeria. We need to sanitize our country. We need to clean it up like we sanitize the houses for COVID, against COVID. Nigeria, the government in Nigeria are even worse than COVID. Yeah. So we have to sanitize them. We have to sanitize the country and clean it up. Have fresh air for the citizens. Thank you.
The Pope, that's a powerful parting word. I can tell you, as you can break one broomstick, but together you cannot break us. That is powerful. But I'm going to quickly bring Miss Coca.
Yeah, thank you, Susan. My last thought for today is for all of us to know that the change we want to see begins with us. We need to be the change for the changed. It's like telling somebody touch your nose and you are touching your head. What they can see is you touching your head and their hand will go to their head. And be the product of the product is time that we've got to keep thinking, what do I want to leave behind? Even for the parents, it's not just about the youth, because we've been talking about the youth. The youth inherited a problem that was ignored for a long time by their parents. So it's time for everybody to rise up, both parents and the youth. We are all in this together. And at our local venue now, even everybody has got something to give. They always say, I don't have. Everybody has got something to give. Start sharing love. Let's start with loving each other and getting rid of hatred. I'm beginning to know that the change we want to see, it's going to come at a price. We're all going to have to give something. There's no free lunch. If you're not paying for it, someone else have paid for it or is going to pay for it. So I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, the change we are looking for, but it is doable. Because there are other countries that have done it. China have done it. Various other countries have still getting up and doing it, and it is doable. And again, we keep believing and keep praying. And also I'll say, don't be brainwashed, whether by our politicians or by the religious leaders. Do not be brainwashed. God has given us all a thinking faculty. Think before you act. The satisfaction you get from somebody buying you today, think of what you're leaving for your children for tomorrow. Israelites are a very small nation, but they are a formidable force in the world. I was privileged to be there in 2018, and I was quite amazed what goes on in that nation, that they export all over and they do not even have the sort of land that we have in Nigeria. So we should stop thinking about what is coming from abroad. Let's think about the beauty that God has given unto us in our country, in human resources and in natural resources. I started something this year about seed, and I keep preaching about my seed. In Nigeria, when you wash your pepper and you throw the water away, you do not intend to grow something. You end up with pepper growing in your garden. Start thinking of the little thing around you that you can use to supplement your family. If you are in an area, you can't fry little things. In the meantime, we all have to find a hands to means where we are now. We are going to work at it. And those of us back in diaspora as well, I know our time is stretched, but we're going to have to give our time. We're going to have to give our skills.
I know that. Thank you. I know that if I let you, you will talk from boring, but for the sake of the others, I'm going to bring Otumba Benga Daniel Jr. and then we call it a day. 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Susan.
Right. So, Otumba, please, very briefly, give us your final thoughts.
What was the question? Because I missed a bit about that. My phone wasn't really working well. So yeah, I'm back now. If you don't mind to repeat that.
Oh no, we're just right. So we're just rounding up. So your final thoughts for Nigeria diaspora and on the continent, back home in Nigeria, of course.
Yeah.
Your final thoughts.
First of all, I believe in what the Pope launched the module he launched recently, Operation Pregnancy Push. What tends to happen is when a woman is pregnant, a woman doesn't give up when
we want to see your face, Otumba, please. Hello?
So, hello?
Your face.
Yeah. Pardon?
Thank you. Yes, we want to see your face fully when you're talking to us.
Yeah. So that kind of module is what we need. People tend to give up easily in Nigeria because, especially those that have family here, as soon as there's a problem, they send letters, everything, texts, asking for money as we just go to the back of the garden to get the money. We need to start, telling them the truth, be honest and direct. It's not about making money here when you come here. We face hardship as well. So we empower them, like Mrs. Coker said, to start doing some little things. There are so many of them there that they have skills they can use, that depending on all of us here. And to be honest, Susan, we also have ourselves to blame because every little thing happening in Nigeria, once we change the currency, we reassure them that we are sending money home. So by doing so, we are not empowering these people to face the hardship and survive. So there is a lot of poverty going on in this country. You have to do 2 jobs to survive. We have to make them understand that we are going through the same thing. And it's even much better over there. As soon as they start to get the message, they will understand that it's not easy here and they have all what they need around them there. So as diaspora, we need to keep on having meetings. We need to keep educating people, bring people on board, especially parents. We need to educate parents. We need to tell parents from childhood, train them the way they should go so that when they grow up, they will never depart from it. Most parents back home doesn't care. They don't want to get involved. And they let loose their children. That's why they get caught up with some of these people, thugs on the streets, going after godfathers that can feed them, giving them a bag of rice. And after finishing the bag of rice, what next? Robbery, killing, shooting. We need to start educating them, especially women. In this situation they have in Nigeria, we also realize that most women don't get involved. They leave things for men to do. They need to take center stage and get involved. No matter the circumstance, they need to get involved. We need to start educating, bringing women on board.
Right.
Yeah, we need to start doing that. If you look at the diaspora,
and so thank you so very much. I want to say
others like Mrs. Coker. Most women don't come on board. We need to start bringing them on board.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've answered the question.
Thank you so much. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who participated. Yes. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who participated in today's broadcast today. A very big thank you. Miss Coker, I saw you taking up your hand, so I'll just give you 1 minute really quickly, 1 minute to put forward what you want to say.
So what I'm trying to say here is that I agree with what I partly agree with what Mr. Daniel said. And some women want to work, but they do not know how to go about it, or they do not have the resources. And this is where we are strategically placed, that when we can create centers or things that people can be trained, and we have some sort of funding where they can be empowered to start small, or if sort of enterprises where they can work their way and earn money to grow their funding to start something little. That is very, very important, because it's about the cane and the carrot. It's not everybody that are like that. Some are like, and I'll say in sincerity, our women, Nigerian women, are very industrious, and they are, I don't know what they are made of. They are hardcores, and I'm sure myself and Susan West can say we're testimony to that kind of breed of women raising us. So we cannot take away from that, and we need to understand that situation put them there. So what we're going to say, what I'm leaving everybody with now is that take no bribe and give no bribe, because when you're doing that, it is trading our future, the future of Nigeria away. Because if there is no, it's a lot of demand and supply. Right. If you do not steal, if there is no buyer, there will not be armed robbers, there will not be people stealing. So it's a mindset that we all need to change. And be loyal. When you are there, be prepared to go the extra mile wherever you find yourself, whether it's at work or individually. So those mindsets is important. Don't take bribe, don't give bribe. Try to go a little bit extra beyond the call of duty.
Right. Thank you so much. It is so much have been said here. There's so much we can walk away with. It's all powerful statements that have been made. Mindset change. We need to also speak the truth to the people back home, like Otumba Benga Daniel stated. Yeah. It is also this illusion from people back home who think that once you're abroad, all your problems are over. And of course, with empowering young Nigerians to get involved in the 2023 elections, Honorable Ejike also mentioned how you can take part by joining the Endsars UK March on Facebook and Instagram. And whether you're in the United Kingdom or not, you're free to join. This is just the name that was given because the people who started it reside in the United Kingdom. And of course, the Pope said so many things. And one thing, of course, I had mentioned again, was one of the things he said is they can break us just as a broomstick. But as a bunch, it is very difficult to break it. So let's come together. Unity is what we need. Glory Grace Shannon says, unity is key, unity gives strength, unity is power. And of course, JFK Abiona says, we have really had enough of these guys. And so on that note, I just want to say a fantastic thank you to all of you who joined, of course, who participated. Thank you so very much for your time. I know how important it is, because we all have very small 24 hours to run by, especially in this country. Feels like it's never enough. Thank you. And we will do this over and over again until we get to the promised land as Nigerians. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. And so, guys, thank you so much for everyone who joined. I can see that today we stayed a little longer than we normally would, but it was quite important. Helen D, I see you. Thank you. Ugowan Nick Casey Kelechi Praise. Thank you. Belinda Oge, thank you. Glory Grace Shannon, as always, number one fan. And of course, our motivational speaker, JFK Abiona. I am so glad that you joined us today. Stella Hosford, my sister. Thank you. You are in the UK. You should join the end. So much to do. And so many other people, I can't see your name from the people watching from YouTube and from the watch parties. But regardless, Adedokun, Pau Benki, Ajawo, Ogochukwu, Imbeobu, something. Just forgive me if I don't pronounce your name very well, even though I'm Nigerian. I'm a just speaking Nigerian girl. So there is Ochmania, there is Princess Dandi Singh, Emecheta, and so the list goes on. And Diane Medway Smith, Twin Korea. I can't call everybody, but I try my best. It's been such a wonderful discussion we've had today. Dr. Susan Tata, thank you also for joining. We're going to do this again another Sunday. Remember to keep it locked here. Sunday, 5 p.m. UK time and 6 p.m. Nigeria time. But the point we're trying to make now is this awareness is not talking too much. We have to keep talking. We have to keep talking, and that's how we galvanize the people. That's how we reinvigorate the passion that we have for Nigeria, for Africa as a whole. The more we talk, educate, and inform the people, the more empowered these people become. And so when we have an empowered people, then we begin to take our destiny into our own hands. The people are afraid of the numbers that we are, and that's the reason they came out to shoot the young stars protesting at the toll gate. The biggest fear they have is the power of the people, and so we should understand the power that we have as a people. Come together, those who mean well for Nigeria, and try to see if there is still anything salvageable about Nigeria. We will salvage it, and of course, to God will be the glory. Thank you so much. If you haven't, SWOB 21, SWOB 21, you like and follow that page, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is _Susan West on YouTube. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and when you do, remember to press the bell button. And also on Instagram, it is _Susan West. I've had a fantastic day, and I do hope that you can see the information on the screen scrolling, saying to join the Endsars UK March, America, anywhere in the world. If you're Nigerian and you mean well and you want to see Nigeria thrive, please do join us, because on that platform we are galvanizing to make sure that it's come 2023. And I love you all so very much. Thank you. It has been Africa Rise with Susan West, and I have had a fantastic time. I love you all. All right. Just in case I didn't take your contributions, you might be watching from the watch party, but at the end of this broadcast I will see it, because what the numbers that we see displayed here is usually not the total numbers at the end of the day. All right.
Pleasure. Being on Africa Rise and the fact that you focus on African problems, African issues, and I would urge you to continue, and I hope that more and more people will pay attention to the leaders that you bring to speak on Africa Rise, and that this will translate into some change for the better for our continent. Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay. This is your numero uno, and my name is Charlie Boy, the area father. You're the very one of Africa, and the president of all frustrated Nigerians. Keep it real with Susan West. Yes, these are the channel where they like to watch when I won't get sand. You know?
Africa Rise with Susan West.